Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chipperoo, everyone.
Hello, friends. We are going to get to hang out with some brunch skunks today. But before we do that, do you have any business, Max?
We do have a little bit of business. We have a Patreon subscriber to thank, and we have to burger pun their name.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Ashley Nagel Fry. Ashley Nagel Fry, moving forward, you will be known as the Smash Pea Bagel Fried Burger.
You did the smash peas because we've been watching a lot of British food YouTube, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. But also, it's the closest thing I could come up with to Ashley. So thank you so much, Smash Pea Bagel Fried.
As we're recording this right now, you will be joining us for your first watch party tomorrow. So we're looking forward to binge watching some Burbs.
Burbs Burgers.
Some Bobs with you tomorrow. So glad to have you, Ashley.
We're looking forward to it. But that's really all the business we have right now. I know it's been a couple weeks since you've heard our voices. We took a little hiatus in between seasons, and now we're ready to kind of get into Season 8 of Bob's Burgers, but first we got to play a little Bob Pun or Max Pun.
Okay, let's do it.
To kick off Season 8, we're going back to the original. We are doing burger puns. Are you ready for your first pun, Skylar?
I am.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crouton Burger.
Max.
Yes. Hit me with your best shallot burger.
Bob's.
Yes. Uh-oh. Your next pun is Organic at the Disco Burger.
That's really, really good. Max?
Yes. And your final pun is the James Camerones Burger.
I don't know who that is.
James Cameron is the director of
I know who James Cameron is. I'm going to say Max.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got 4 out of 4 to kick off Season 8.
That's very exciting.
I'm more excited than you are, apparently.
It is exciting. I'm very proud of myself. Are you ready for Skylar Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts?
Dish it, girl.
I think I had a dream, maybe last night, my dreams have been really weird, that you did a Skylar Sides, but you called it Skylar Sides. And in my dream, I panicked. I was like, you didn't call it Max's Munchies. So, just stress dreaming.
That's a totally normal stress dream, I think. I think a lot of people have that exact stress dream.
Yes. Okay, I have a really fun one for us today. But this is a visual one. So I promise that this will be on our Instagram sometime around the time we post this. So John Nixon, who is a new human to me.
He's a baby?
To me.
Oh, to you. Okay.
To me.
Okay, he's not a new
I
human
just internet
in
met
general.
him.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Although I'm sure there's a baby John Nixon out there somewhere today.
Of course.
I'm sure.
Whatever John Nixon is about to do here in this thing would be even more incredible if he was a baby and he did it.
He's just already the biggest Bob's Burgers fan.
Yeah.
So you might know him because he created Teddy's business card. You know, the one that handyman, Mr. Handyman, what was that card
Yeah,
called?
when Teddy's business card in the most recent season 13.
And then the one him and Bob make together. He's an artist, an incredible artist. I kind of want to ask him to commission a piece for us.
Oh, yes, please.
What I mean is outside the Bob's realm. An amazing artist.
See, now think about how much more amazing it would be if he was a baby.
It's true. Your theory is panning out. Hold on. I should shout out his Instagram because
Yeah, and those Teddy cards are on our Instagram if you go and scroll a little bit.
So his Instagram is JT Nixon Art. So that's how I discovered him, is he had posted those Teddy cards on a Facebook group. So that's where I found him. And so I went to his profile and I could see everything he posted about Bob's Burgers to this Bob's Burgers fan group, and they're all like gems. They're so good. So this is the one I am sharing with you today.
Okay.
Are you ready for your mind to be blown?
I am.
Bob's bald spot is in the shape of a hamburger.
No.
It is. Let me show
What?
you the art.
What? Oh my God. That is
Agree,
a burger.
disagree?
I cannot unsee it. This is on our Instagram right now. You got to go look at this.
Right?
I can't unsee that. That is a perfect burger.
The bottom's a little smaller than the top. Like,
Well, you got to make it realistic, but like,
yeah, that's a burger.
yeah, you were burned to make burgers. If your hair is, you're going to lose hair
Recedes in
and
the
it's
shape of a burger.
Yes.
I love Bob's bald spot. It's one of the most endearing things it's just one of the most endearing things about him. Also, we have talked about this before on the podcast, but I recently heard it again. Their meat supplier's name is Demetrius. The fact that they didn't make a big deal about their meat supplier having the word meat in his name, they didn't make a big deal about it, but it's there. So That's a little fun fact for you to take along the way with you too.
A little side to Skylar's side.
Exactly. That's all I got for you.
That's not all. That was a big one. I'm still enjoying looking at this photo. Please go look at it on our Instagram, Bob's Credits, so you know what we're talking about. We are going to get into this episode right now, but before we do that, we just want to say thank you to Carrie Neal, who has officially sponsored this episode by subscribing to our basically Bob Belcher tier on Patreon. Carrie, thank you. It's because of you that we can put these episodes out and continue to make these episodes, and we just appreciate you so much.
We do. We appreciate all our patrons. You can go check out our tiers at patreon.com/Bob's Credits.
Are we ready to get into season 8?
Yes.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for season 8, episode 1, please?
The title is Brunchsquatch. Bob's is doing brunch and bottomless mimosas. The only problem is brunch skunks. They order nothing and drink everything. Meanwhile, the kids hide Felix in the basement in exchange for puppy money. They just have to keep him hidden from Mr. Fishoder until 12:30 and the cash is theirs.
This episode came out on October 1st, 2017. It was written by Lizzie Molyneux and Wendy Molyneux and directed by Mauricio Pardo and Ian Hamilton.
All right.
First things first, this is a very special episode of Bob's Burgers. I feel like you either love it or hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love it.
Interesting.
This episode, they put out a call to fans of the show to submit their art, and they chose a bunch of different types of art, and like every scene or even every cut is a different kind of art style that was picked.
Yeah, and there's one thing where like every line, like they did 3 art styles like very quickly. In the beginning of the episode, it's very like each scene, so I think you can slowly ease your way into this wacky episode. But yeah, then they kind of speed it up. Too.
Yeah, let's talk about the very beginning, because we get a different beginning. We get, before the opening credits, we get this like announcement that there was all these submissions. They put out a call for art.
Do you know where they put the call out?
I have no idea.
Social or
probably.
Like it wasn't like they didn't put it
on an episode.
or
I don't
anything.
think it was on an episode.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure.
And 62 were chosen?
I think so. That seems right, because so before we get the end credits, we get a few just like really quick images of drawings of the family in different settings. And then we get the opening credits, which is all different kinds of these new art styles with new like theme. Yeah.
It's different music, which like really sets the tone for this like a little askewed world.
Yeah, it's the first episode with a title sequence that isn't the standard Bob's Burgers ukulele It's more like rock, I'd say.
Okay.
So it was submitted via a contest called the Bob's Burgers Fan Art, aka Fart Contest.
Amazing.
The artists had to submit their own versions of the title sequence in video form,
Wow.
background scenes in drawing form, and character drawings.
So to apply to this, you had to commit. You couldn't just like send in one of your sketches.
Yeah.
You had to do a video, background animation, and the characters, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really neat.
So let's talk about that before we talk about kind of like the plot of this episode. I said I liked it. You seem surprised by that. Do you not like it?
So I remember watching it the first time, and this is when the world had gone to hell in a handbasket, and it was just like my nighttime comfort show, and I was really annoyed. I was like, I just want a normal episode. This watch through, I appreciated it more, and I liked it. And I also have to say, like, well, I'll be honest. I will be honest. This is such a well-written episode and such a good episode. Do I wish there was a normal version of it that I could just like comfort binge watch? Yes. But I really, really appreciate this episode because Bob's Burgers fandom is such a huge part of the culture of this show. And the fact that they went as far as to do this, I think is really cool. And on your second watch, or whatever watch you're on, you do start to appreciate all the different renditions. My personal favorite part are the backgrounds. I loved like the backgrounds that looked like they were painted. I loved the like pen sketched black and white backgrounds. That was just my personal favorite part. Yeah, I was a little annoyed the first time I watched it, not gonna lie.
I get that 100%. Like I do want to say that it is very distracting from just the plot and the show itself. It's almost like you have to watch it separately and like, I'm going to sit here this one time and watch just like the different kinds of art and not be that into what's going on in the story. And then I'm going to watch it and now like kind of like focus on the story.
Right.
Because it is
jarring.
it is super jarring. It is super distracting. I just appreciate, like you said, like that there's these fans who love the show so much, and Bob's Burgers, the creators, stuff like that, know that these fans love the show so much and they appreciate.
And I think they
fans.
respect their fans.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it also is like eye-opening. Like there's so much different types of art styles out there that shows could have, and even Bob's could have technically, and still be Bob's almost.
There was one style that was really reminiscent to almost the pilot demo, which was kind of fun to see in there.
Yeah, totally.
More angular lines, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not good at describing art.
So yeah, I appreciate seeing all the different kinds of art. I think these people are so talented, and it's so cool to see all the different styles of art that people draw in, and how they kind of they took this family, these characters that we're so familiar with, and put their own spin on it.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say is, so I mentioned those, like, there's a bunch of really quick shots before the opening credits, and the very last one, and this is all from fandom because I would never have caught this because it's a split seconds on the screen. The very last one has a ton of references from the show in the one image, and these are all the references.
Okay.
It's a long list. The True Lies helicopter from Little Hard Dad.
So this is like in
the image
and
of
there's
the family,
like hidden.
Yeah, I think it's the family standing in front of the restaurant.
Okay,
and there's like all this stuff on the picture with it. A pair of Beatles from Bed and Breakfast.
Amazing.
A shrimp dangling from a balloon from
Iconic.
L'Independent Woman. A cormorant chasing a butterfly from Tyrannosaurus Rex. Mr. Caffrey's candy box coffin from Human Flesh. A lobster from Lobster Fest. The Jeff box from Tina and the Real Ghost. One of Gail's anus paintings from Art Crawl. A burger bag with drawn rocket fish penis from Bob Day Afternoon. A Ghost Boy tag from the Landship. A punnet of blueberries from Bob Fires the Kids. Princess Little Piddles from Adventures in Chinchilla Sitting.
Aww.
The lump of ambergris from Ambergris.
Love it.
And the bathroom that Felix Fischoeder installed in Ambergris.
Wow, a whole bathroom.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, maybe we should do a carousel. So like
I'll try and get it. Like I feel like it has to be out there somewhere, and try and get like
I could maybe screenshot it.
Okay. We're going to try and get it for you. And
But I
hopefully
think
it's on our Instagram.
I'm actually really curious. Do you guys miss when we like would post the carousels of like all the visual references? So like there's an Instagram post, and so for example, it would have like the Bob's bald spot. It would have this image that Max is talking about, and then whatever else we talk about.
Some end credits, screenshots.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Do you guys miss that? Because if it's helpful, I will absolutely get on top of my shit.
Let us know on Instagram.
We'll put up a poll.
Yeah. Or DM us that you just miss it.
Honestly, could you just DM us?
Yeah, do that. We won't put up a poll. Just DM us if you really, really want it. And if we get enough DMs, we'll do it.
Yep.
Pressure's on, everyone. Okay. I think that kind of like covers the art stuff until we get to the end credits. Let's talk about this episode, the plot. Tell me.
Remember when the season premiere, I forget what season it was the camping trip. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, we were just like, I missed the restaurant. This is it. Mm-hmm. This is that season premiere that I was craving. This is a perfect episode of Bob's Burgers. It's in the restaurant. Everyone's in the restaurant. Everyone's doing their own thing. I think the brunch shenanigans is hysterical. I think this is a perfect way to intro a new character without taking away from the family. He just added to the episode so much.
Totally. You're talking about Dalton, who voiced by John Early, who probably best known for he's on Search Party.
Who? He's my favorite, the blonde.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He
very funny guy.
Is so funny. He's so funny.
Yeah, I'm with you in that I do wish there wasn't just a regular version of this episode, because it is a really good episode.
Yeah, I would like, this would be in my, I need some Bob's Comfort. Like, what episode do I want to watch?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does deter you from kind of like just like putting it on.
Yes.
But maybe that's not the case for everyone.
Well, I do. Yeah, this could be like, it could add comfort to you. But for me, I'm very sensitive visually, and like let's be honest. The point of television and storytelling through images is to make you feel a certain way. So if you're jumping back and forth between very colorful, different styles, I doubt that's going to have a soothing effect, and I know it doesn't for me.
Yeah, I agree. Couple fun facts to throw in here. This is apparently the first episode where someone refers to Bob as Robert.
No.
Yeah.
No, because we haven't gotten to Nat yet.
Yes.
Oh.
Nat believe it or not, we still haven't gotten to Nat. We're just starting season 8, which is crazy. I feel like Nat's been on the show forever. But Nat eventually he calls her Natalie, and she calls him Robert.
Yes.
But this is the first episode apparently where I think Louise calls him Robert.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah, it's very funny. This also is the first episode to credit Soundtrack Boston as a recording studio, because Eugene Merman, who voices Gene, moved from Brooklyn, New York in 2016 to Woods Hole, Massachusetts.
That's right.
So he records his lines in Boston.
Amazing. I kind of said my thoughts about it. How did you like the episode?
I loved it. I love an all in the restaurant episode. Mm-hmm. And I love brunch skunks.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, I think we all know some brunch skunks.
Well, especially if you've worked as a server.
Sure. And I love the fish odors. I love the fish odors coming in and like kind of...
quintessential fish odors. These are the plots that I love about them. It's like, you're so rich that you do like the weirdest things, and I buy it. Like, I totally buy it.
Yeah, eating fries in the trash. Like...
That's very Gene, too, though.
Yeah.
Wow, you could pair Felix and Gene together and have a wild episode.
If Felix funds whatever
Gene's doing
dreams are and wishes.
I love it.
And it kind of they'd be like Charlie and Frank on It's Always Sunny.
Oh, yes.
There's one person who funds all the hijinks, and then
I love it.
It's crazy shit.
Also, like the fact that they want a puppy, any plot line that's going to be around a puppy, I'm happy with. And I particularly think the last scene is so funny because you got the A story and the B story colliding. What's his name? The brunch Dalton.
Dalton. Great name.
Brings his dog over. Tina's line, like, "Oh, we're stabbing you because we're going to steal your dog," was maybe one of the funniest lines on this show. I loved it so much.
There were a lot of, and I think this is probably because of the art and stuff like that. There was a lot of laugh out loud moments for me during this watch of it when I'd seen it.
Yes.
2 or 3 times, you know, that I don't think I laughed at because I was so like,
you're like, what's happening?
Distracted. Yeah.
Yeah. Really fantastic episode.
I think Gene made me laugh a lot in this one for some reason.
He did. Love his Brunchsquatch outfit. I feel like I'm saying that wrong.
No.
Oh, you know what? Bob's brunch looked amazing. I would love Bob to make us brunch.
Oh, I would take
Don't
any
you think
meal
it's like
Bob
really
makes.
good?
Yeah, but I would take any meal Bob makes. Bob, please become a real human being in the real world and come over and make us any meal you want to make us.
Oh my gosh, please.
Please. That's not asking too much.
I don't think it's asking too much. The only thing that bums me out about our Patreon is that I love that we have people from all over. I think that's actually one of the coolest things. But I just want to invite everyone from our Patreon over to our place, and I just want to cook them a meal.
Yeah. It's tough that we're all spread out so much.
I know. That's the Bob in me,
But
though.
for now, maybe we can all do a brunch on Zoom.
I know. Yeah. Anyway.
The only problem is that like brunch for us is for like people in Europe is dinner.
Yeah. I know. Well, we were going to have a Friendsgiving, which I still think we should do. We just have to get our shit together a little bit. Yeah. Who doesn't want to force stuffing on other cultures?
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's the American way.
Someone left a comment under Courtney Cox's latest cooking video. I don't know why I keep getting served her cooking videos because they're kind of wild. You can't stop watching them. I'm like, why are you doing these? But they were like, oh, I'm shocked Americans are using fresh food to cook. I'm like, bitch. like what's their idea of an American? Like, I think I get it, but like,
I think it's like 1980s, all preservatives.
Yes.
And just like, yeah.
We go to the grocery store like,
bologna.
What is this? It's not in plastic.
We have bologna and like
Gushers.
Bologna and Gushers. That is an interesting combo, but pretty much what I had in all elementary school.
You ate bologna as a kid?
Oh yeah.
I've never had bologna.
You haven't had bologna?
No.
We should have a bologna taste test if you've never had it.
I'm sure it's good. It's becoming like trendy in the food scene again.
I mean, it's not like bad. It's just a very
it's salty, right?
It's just a very preservative heavy lunch meat that you don't necessarily know where the meat is from.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. It's like a flat hot dog, honestly. Wow, I can't believe we're going to be ordering like Oscar Mayer bologna.
I don't think I can do it. I do have weird textural things.
I don't think you're going to mind it, to be honest.
Fried bologna sounds really good for some reason.
That tastes like a hot dog.
Okay.
We'll fry it.
Fried bologna sandwich.
Put it in a bun.
It'll be...
Slather on something on top. Some kind of like aioli.
My mom was into the weird like early 90s health food phase. And I will never forget, my mom got popsicles from the health food store, went and brought them for class snack. And the children revolted. They were like, these taste like wine. Kids
knew what wine tasted like?
I'm just remembering what the line was. These are like no sugar added grape.
Yeah, even
sticks.
Grape juice had sugar. A lot of sugar.
Yeah. Like the children were disappointed.
That is the equivalent of handing out raisins on
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remind me to yell at your mom for that. Well,
Yeah.
not yell,
Well,
but shake a finger in her face.
yeah, or
Yeah.
a fist.
No, okay, yeah.
We went trick-or-treating this year because we happened to be on a walk and people had put out candy. And so I was like, oh, let's go trick-or-treating. And I went up to this one house.
It wasn't so much trick-or-treating as it was Skylar running up to grab handfuls of candy and running off.
I would never take handfuls.
And me sending her to do it.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
I had the quote-unquote, I had the dog on a leash. I had the dog on a leash. And Skylar...
I was like, can I? Should I?
And I was like, tomorrow you're going to be on the internet on everyone's Ring cameras.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like...
30-year-old woman
bandit.
hits neighborhood.
Trick-or-treat bandit.
If that ever happened, that would be the proudest moment of my life. But so I went up to this one house that was like nice and it had a Ring camera, like a very prominent Ring doorbell. And I went up there, I looked in, and it was fruit.
Yeah.
And I was
kicked
like,
the bowl and you spit on it.
yeah, and then I was so angry. Marched away. Filth. Okay. Back to Bob's.
Way back to Bob's. That was a tangent. We're making fried bologna. We're going to call it the Below Need You Tonight burger.
I love that. Oh, I bet if you put a burger with fried bologna, I think that would be an amazing burger.
Yeah. Of course it would be. We got to get back to this episode. We have gone on a huge tangent. Should we get into the end credits?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I think everyone is.
Are my stories not thrilling enough
No,
for you?
I thought those stories were great. And if anyone has a problem with them, I'll shake my fist in their face.
Okay.
Okay, so let's watch the last moment, which you kind of mentioned a little bit before the end credits.
Here's a picture of all of us and you and the dog.
Okay, what are you guys doing to me there?
Oh, we're stabbing you so you can keep your dog.
I'm using a pitchfork.
I feel really unsafe right now, and that's not funny. Just kidding, I love it, but am I wearing flip-flops? Because no.
Okay, everybody start stabbing on the count of 3.
I'm a little tiger.
No, don't do that.
I'm a sexy little tiger.
Please.
Tell me what happens as we go into these end credits.
All right. Gene is singing his sexy little tiger song. And then we have small rectangle panels. It's 4 across by, is it 6? 6 down. And it's a grid of all fan art that just changes. So I'm assuming these are all the ones that maybe were submitted.
Yeah, they try to just get them all in. And really,
I love that.
Really, it's, if you can watch these and kind of like pause.
And really look at them.
Yeah, there are just so many amazing drawings of these characters.
Yes.
It's just really cool to see how talented people are out there. If your art was in this episode, let us know. I'd love to hear about it and like what the process was like.
We have a bunch of artists in our community, like so many people
We have
that listen to our podcast.
On our Discord, we have a Fan Art Friday channel, and our patrons are super talented.
They just are.
They all can like draw characters magically.
I cannot do that.
I'm a little tiger. I'm a sexy little tiger. Shake, shake, shake. I'm a
Shake,
little
shake, shake.
tiger.
Gene, don't do
I'm a
that.
sexy little tiger. Yeah!
There really isn't that much. This is funny because this is probably the end credit sequence we'll talk about the least as far as visually goes, because
there's the
really
most.
what it is just it's these images are being replaced as the music's playing with all these different
See, I think this would be
drawings.
worth to do a few screenshots and pop them up in a carousel on Instagram.
Totally, that will do for sure.
Yeah, that sounds great. But I don't know the song. I asked you yesterday. I said, why is he singing about being a sexy little tiger?
I don't either. Maybe it's a reference. It has to be a reference
We
we
must
missed
have
in the
missed
episode.
it. But I did like it
But
when
I blame
they
the
went
art.
shake, shake, shake. Too distracting.
Too distracting.
Yep.
If you know why he's singing "Sexy Little Tiger,"
And why I think Bob is going, no,
yeah,
don't
please-
be a sexy little tiger.
Yeah, please. First of all, yell at us because we should probably know.
Shame on us.
Yeah, shake your fist in our face. Mm-hmm. Shake a finger in our face, and then tell us why he's singing "Sexy Little Tiger."
Yes, please.
I'll shake my little bitty dick.
What did he say? I'll shake my little...
Fist at you.
I'm a little tiger. I'm a sexy little tiger.
I don't get the song reference, but I love the song.
Great song. Do you want to hear the little lyrics?
The little lyrics,
The
yeah.
little lyrics. Do you want to hear the sexy little lyrics to Sexy Little Tiger?
Yes.
I'm a little tiger.
Cool.
I'm a sexy little tiger. Roar. I'm a little tiger.
Roar.
I'm a sexy little tiger. Shake, shake, shake. He says, I'll shake my little Benedicts.
Oh, because it's brunch.
Mm-hmm. So he must have sang that at some point.
I do think I remember Benedict's line.
Okay.
Gene definitely said that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember him saying he's a sexy little tiger, but I remember the Benedicts.
We're going to get so much.
Maybe,
shit for
maybe
this.
not.
Yeah. Should we just get into scoring them?
Yeah, let's do
It's
it.
very like basic, and there's not much to talk about other than
We can talk about how you feel.
how do I feel? I like the song. It makes me want to party. I like seeing all these images, but much like the episode, it's distracting when you're just watching it.
Yeah.
You can't pause it.
I want it to have this like overwhelming, like, look at the love for this franchise, but it doesn't.
I think it's super special. They wanted to make sure that
Yes.
so many of these
Worth
fans
it.
who took the time to draw these characters got into this episode, which is wonderful. But it's a lot going on in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Would I have preferred an end credit sequence that was drawn in different versions?
Yeah.
Probably, but I know that would probably take a lot.
But I also love, like, if I were working on the show, it would be more important to me to honor people who took the time to enter the contest than making viewers happy.
I
It
agree.
just sometimes that's more important.
I think it's super special
Yeah.
to see, even if you're just in one of those small squares in the
That's
end credits. It's
really
pretty
fucking
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I give it a few extra points because that's Bob's. They respect their fans, which I don't think every franchise does.
No, they love their fans, and they are so grateful for the fans, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's Up. You want to go first?
I'm just gonna go a solid 8.
Okay. I'm going to give it a solid 7.
Great.
I love all the art. I love the music. And that's pretty much it. It's that
Yep.
simple. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So those are the end credits to the first episode of season 8. We are in it. We are in the second half of Bob's, unless Bob's continues to go on for 20 more years.
We're in the what?
Second half of Bob's currently. Because there's only
Yes.
13 seasons.
Although you can technically say there's 15 seasons because those have been greenlit.
True. We still are in the second half
But
of
we
Bob's
still
in
are,
that case.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Go follow us, like we said, on social media. Bob's Credits all across the board. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts especially. Your reviews help us out so much.
Definitely.
It's the easiest and also cost-free way to support us. I don't know why I
Yes.
said that like I was British.
It wasn't
British. It was
No.
just like a theater person.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. And anything else you want to say to everyone before we get out of here?
I'm going to say stay skunky.
I love it.